Hi, my YouTubers. Today I just wanted to come and do a video about depotting your pretty much your drugstore or just like single case shadows. I was thinking about buying like a palette. My girlfriend called me, Creations by Jamila J, and was saying, hey, I watched someone on YouTube depot their L'Oreal Hip Duo shadows, because you tend to just have like a ton of them. Like I have 15 of them, and they just take up a lot of space in your makeup case. And I don't know if you all have seen videos on those who have depotted their Hip Duos, but I caught a glimpse of one today and I was like super excited to try it, and I did it, and I just wanted to come and do it for those that are subscribed to my channel. So I'll have everything listed on my blog, idobeauty.cassandra.blogspot.com, as far as everything that you need, and I'll have photos and all of that. For now, let's just kind of get to it. So what you need, one, is an empty DVD case. So this is a DVD case, right? It's empty. This is actually my son's DVD case, and it had Diego, and I just flipped it out and turned it around to make it white, like this on both sides. He scribbled on that side, but I'm not actually using this one. And then I went online and I just created a little insert for the palette so I'll be able to recognize it. So this is the insert that I created from offline. I found the photo, and then I just added the wording, the L'Oreal Hip Duo palette. So to depot your Hip Duos, you will need a lighter, and a sharp object. Like you can use these little things because they're very pointed and sharp and thin, or you can just use a handheld kitchen knife. I found it easier to use this because it's very tiny and pointed. You will also later need a glue gun. I'm sorry, I keep looking back because I've changed my camera. I don't know what happened to my camera, so I had to change my video setup. So I keep looking back to make sure that I'm in camera and you all can see what I'm showing you. Sorry about that. Okay, so you'll need that, and then you'll probably need some extra glue sticks. Okay, so what you're going to do is, let me see where I'm at. Oh, and then afterwards you'll also want to do one of these, which is the list of how your shadows are laid out. I would recommend that you lay your shadows out how you want to put them in your palette and create a template, so that way once you pop them out and glue them down, you'll already know what goes where. The top of mine I created in Microsoft Excel. I'll have the dimensions of my boxes on my website, I Do Beauty, and then I just, as you can see, I just put on there, you know, like Hip Duo, the color name and the color number. And some people that you will see will have it and it'll be full complete boxes. I don't know if they're handwritten from top to bottom, but I just preferred to print mine out. So I mean, you can do that, or you can do whatever you want. And mine is not really nailed down. I just kind of taped it down because, as you see, I have empty spaces because this DVD do-it-yourself palette will hold 15 duo shadows together. So I didn't like glue mine down so that I could be able to replace it as I get more Hip Duos. I'm sorry, there's such a glare. Okay, so in order to depot them, let me make sure I'm right in line. So I've already depotted and placed Flashy, Snowy, and Wicked, and they're placed here. Now I have not yet hot glued them down. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. My dog is barking hysterically. Sorry about that. I just closed the door, so you may still hear her barking in the background. So anywho, my I have not hot glued them down now. Right now, the reason why they're sticking is because once you depot them, they're attached into your duo. You can hear that sticky sound. They're just kind of really glued in there. So because it still has some slight adhesive to the bottom, it just slightly stuck to my DVD case. And the reason why I haven't hot glued them down yet is because I want to kind of depot them and place them how I want them placed before I hot glue them down, and then try to rearrange them, and then whew. Okay, so a couple tips. When you depot, be prepared that you may have a couple depotting snafus. Meaning, when you go to depot them, you may, as you're trying to pop them out, dig into the shadow, slip, and lose some of your shadow. If you do not want to lose any of your shadow, do not depot them. If it's okay and it's not a big deal, by all means, go for what you know. Okay, so let's get started. So my next color, based on my setup, would be the Cheeky. So what you're going to do is open it. Open the top, and I probably just dug into it, and open the bottom, and you'll kind of have it sitting like this. Now this is when you use the lighter. Now what I need to tell you is these two little notches right here that hold this little shadow thing can catch fire, so you just have to be careful when you're doing this. So this is how we have it, right? And we're just going to hold it, and we're just going to kind of run the lighter, and all we're doing basically is, see, it caught fire, loosening up the glue so that when we go to pop them, they'll pop easily. You could probably just do this maybe for like, I don't know, 10 seconds. I've probably done it longer than that. Now it's really not hot to the touch. It's okay. So I'm going to open up my scissors. And I'm going to, when you open up your duos, you will notice that there's probably a little bit of, you can probably not see it on here, but there's a slight little gap from where they're placed. And that's pretty much where you want to stick your tool to depot them. And see, I just kind of trying to show y'all at the same time. And because you did the lighter, it makes it real easy. If you can see it, it's lifting, lifting, lifting. Bam. There it is. One depotted. And again, like I said, it does have that adhesive already to the bottom of it. So you can at least place it. Be careful though that you're not constantly picking up your palette and tilting it, because these could slip out. It's still hot. And then I just basically placed it right there. And then I'll do the same for the other one. At least I'll show you one complete one done. And remember, you want to find the spot that has the most gap in it so that you don't slip, which I kind of did a little bit, and dig your shadow out by mistake. And that's what I really like about using this particular tool, because it has a really nice tip to it. So you're not kind of over digging because your tip is large, which is what I found with the kitchen knife. It's just too wide, and so I was slipping. So there we go again. Place that there. And bam, there's my Cheeky. And then there's the reference duo right there, Cheeky, on the second row. And then we have enough for a third row. And also, just to let you know, right here you see a gap here. In this other box I haven't used yet, there's these little flaps that usually hold your DVD, like a little info card or whatnot. You can simply take those off like this. They're easy. Bam. Bam. So that's really easy. And then basically, you know, once you have them placed where you want them, you just kind of lift them up and use just a real little thin amount of hot glue and make sure they're down, and ta-da. So I'm getting ready to go off camera and completely depot the rest of my Hip Duo shadow. And when I come back, I'll have my completed, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I don't know what I'm going to call this yet. My at-home do-it-yourself Hip Duo palette. Okay, stay tuned. So, this is a completed palette. Here's the cover again. And there are my Hip Duos. And now I'm actually going to go through probably with like a Q-tip and some makeup remover and kind of just clean up the loose shadows within them. If you have tried this, it doesn't take I can't remember what all I said at the beginning, but it really doesn't take a lot of heat to loosen them up. They actually pop out really easy. And my suggestion would be when you go to pop them out, to really kind of start in the corners. Right in there is really where you can kind of get the best kind of nudge of a lift up. And actually what I showed you, I have not even hot glued these down yet. And they're in there pretty well. Oh my gosh, I'm taking a big risk by doing that. But I haven't hot glued them down. Actually, you know, once you heat it up and you lift it with the heat, it still has that sticky adhesive on it that is really hot. That really just sticks it to your little compact that it originally comes in. So if you don't have a hot glue gun, I mean, you know, go for it and let them stick there. Just be aware that you could lose them over time. So I probably will go through and hot glue mine down. But just for in the meantime, if you want to give it a whirl, go for it. It works. And something else I wanted to mention to you all. I would prefer probably not using a clear DVD case, because I don't know, I just didn't like it when you actually lay the shadows down, because it's see-through even though you'll have a piece of paper there. Maybe unless you use black, I wouldn't suggest using that. And also when you get a DVD, be mindful when you open them. Sometimes this side of the DVD case could be open and it looks like almost another DVD could fit there, so you definitely don't want to use that. Trying to think of some other things I wanted to tell you about as I finish my palette. Those are the only things I can think of right now. But sidebar, so in doing this I got really excited and kind of geeked about just depotting things. So I started to go through my makeup collection and I just began depotting everything that was depotable. I started to depot my little Revlon shadows that come in this canister here. I had got a sample of an Urban Decay shadow and I popped it out. I popped out my e.l.f. 99-cent palette. Now I will tell you, the only downfall with the e.l.f. palette, something that's cheap, anything you bought for 99 cents, even Sally's, because I tried those, the actual little trays that they sit in are very flimsy and very cheap. And when you go to pop them out, although these seem to kind of pop out easily because the trays are very cheap, I would say, they start to bend as you go to pop them, and then your shadows begin to crumble, break, and you lose them, which I'll show you in this palette. And I'll probably just end up replacing the ones that kind of got broken. I also depotted this Maybelline shadow I had. It had 4 shadows in it. I depotted this CoverGirl set that I had with 4 shadows in it. and I depotted a Victoria's Secret shadow I had. It's called Midnight, and it's called Wanted, I'm sorry, and it's actually a dead-on dupe for MAC's Deep Truth. So this is the palette that I created for them. And this one I did actually hot glue down. I just called it Collection of Brands palette, and then I just took photos offline for all the different brands that I have in here. And here it is. Stop begging. Whew. So I did the same thing with the list so everything makes sense. Starting here, you have the Revlon. This is the Victoria's Secret. Now that looks a hot mess because every time I would go to use it, I would drop the palette. I would drop this on the floor. Oh wait, it's not what I would drop this on the floor and then it would just crumble, and I just had to kind of mash it down. So hopefully this helped me from losing it. This right here is all the Maybelline ones, the 4 in a pack, and I just lined them up there. That little purple one is the Urban Decay. These in the middle are the e.l.f. They come in little diagonal ones, so I just put them together as squares. And then those 4 there were the CoverGirl. Yeah, so that's my little collection of brand palette. And I hope that you all find this really useful. I think it's a very cute, very inexpensive little, you know, trick to have to kind of maximize the space of your makeup collection. I'm really excited to see how they last in there. If I do have any problems, I'll probably do like a video to tell you like this was whack, don't do it. But as of right now, it's cool. I mean, I have literally like just gained like, I mean, seriously, like all of this, and this is not even, this is only some of it. And I've broken it down to bam, Shazam. So I'll probably in the description box I'll probably have links to a couple other girls that have done this if you want to, you know, try them out and see what else they came up with and how they did it. And I think that's basically it. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to tell you guys? I think that's it. So again, I hope you give this a try. If you like this tutorial or video, don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up and give it a try. Oh my goodness, it's so simple, it's so easy. And all of these that I did in my collection of brand palettes were all these individual ones. I did not heat the bottom of any of these. I did not heat anything. The only thing I added heat to was the L'Oreal Hip Duos. All of these, I just simply used my little scissors right here, and I just went in the corners and boop, popped them out. So I did not add heat to anything, any of these individual ones. Some of them had sticky bottoms, like these were really, really sticky. And like I said, I did hot glue those down. But the Hip Duos, I did add heat. So I don't know. With some things, sometimes things are just trial and error, so you just kind of have to give it a whirl and see how it works for you. But anywho, I guess that's basically it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Here's 15 minutes of Fame Terry hanging on my shoulder. I hope you all enjoyed this video and hope that you find it very useful and helpful. And please comment. I love to talk to you guys and see what's on your mind. So as always, know that I love you and God loves you too. And don't forget to check out my blog, idobeautybycassandra.blogspot.com. Oh, and wait a minute. Did I say that I got married? By the way, I'm married. Yay! I told you I couldn't resist. Okay. Alright. Love you guys. Have a blessed and wonderful week. And that's it. Till next time, America. Peace.